guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about some basics about goal setting and talking about some of my summer goals, because you don't realize until you start university and you get an internship and then after you graduate you get a full-time job that summer vacation is a super valuable time and you should absolutely set goals in order to make the most of your time. This is not related to goal setting, but my lip is the Hourglass Lip Stilo in the color Peacemaker, and oh my gosh you guys, this is an amazing lipstick formula. It's like kind of like a chubby pencil like this, but it's just so creamy and so hydrating, and the color payoff is so opaque and even. Oh, so good. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about goal setting. So as you guys know, I'm a huge freak about journaling, and so I love setting goals. Like, I just get excited by setting goals and planning stuff because it's just my jam. But if it's not your jam, then I kind of made like a step-by-step, 4 steps actually, about how you should set goals in order to be most successful. So basically, goal setting is a great way to actually make sure that you accomplish things that you want to accomplish. Goals can be long-term, they can be short-term, they can be daily, monthly, yearly, 5 years, you know, they can really truly be personalized as much as you want, but I feel like they're the same 4 essential steps to any kind of goal setting you want to do. So the first step is definitely to make sure this is a concrete goal. And what I mean by concrete goal is I want you to look at the difference between 2 scenarios. First scenario, I want to get stronger. Second scenario, I want to be able to do 50 push-ups. One is, it's a good goal, you want to get stronger, but it needs to be more specific, it needs to be more concrete. I want to do 50 push-ups, which by the way I can't do. Doing 50 push-ups is a little more concrete because it has a number, it has a specific action, doing push-ups, and therefore you're more able to achieve this goal because you can actually do things to specifically help you do 50 push-ups. For example, you can lift weights, you can, you know, train your abs, you can do other stuff. Whereas I just want to get stronger doesn't really mean anything. It's up for interpretation, and that's how you can lose accountability and be like, well, I didn't really know what I meant by I want to get stronger. I got stronger in this sense, maybe that counts. Whereas 50 push-ups, either you did it or you didn't. If your goal just can't be phrased in a concrete, kind of defined way, then try to brainstorm of a way that you can somehow measure the progress of your goal in a concrete way. So kind of an example of that would be if you are someone who takes on a lot of extra stuff and you have a really hard time saying no to people, maybe a goal that you want to set is, I want to say no to more people about, you know, stuff they want me to do. You can't really make it a concrete goal to be like, I want to say no to 5 people, because you don't know if 5 people are going to answer, you don't know the situation. So in that case, your goal can't be concrete, but you can kind of measure how well you're progressing with your goal by maybe keeping a weekly journal and asking yourself, did I take on extra stuff? Am I feeling really stressed out? How well am I doing? And gauge yourself every week. The second step to goal setting is creating an action plan. And this has to be a realistic action plan that you can actually stick to. So basically, just create a plan for yourself that you know is gonna work for you personally to help you achieve your goal. The major key to action planning is making sure that your action plan is tiny and daily. And what I mean by that is you do tiny things every day to help get to your goal, because it makes it so much less formidable to try and achieve a really big goal if you break it down into really tiny steps every day. So say your goal was, I want to read 10 books by the end of summer. So your action plan can be, on the 1st of every month, I'm gonna go to the library and check out however many books, and then I will read 30 minutes every day. That is an example of a great action plan because it has how you're gonna get the books, and then it has how you're actually gonna read the books, and it kind of defines 30 minutes every day. Or you could say 200 pages every day. Is that realistic? I don't really know. Third step, really important, you need to have a deadline, because you will always perform better if you have a deadline in mind. If you never have a deadline, you can be like, I'll just do it tomorrow, I'll just do it the next day, and then it never happens. Also consider creating mini deadlines that are spaced out until your big deadline. So for example, with the whole reading books thing, you can say by the end of June, I want to have read 3 books. By the end of July, another 3 books. By the end of August, 4 books, something like that. It's also really important to stay realistic with your deadline. If you're learning a language, say, and you say, I'm gonna learn Russian in 2 months, you should probably reevaluate your goal, or maybe reevaluate what you think learning Russian means, because it's just not a very realistic goal, and it's going to set yourself up for failure, which is going to make you feel less confident about your ability to actually carry out your dreams and goals. And the last thing to goal setting is accountability. You need to somehow find a way to make yourself accountable for completing those daily tasks or completing those mini deadlines and then finally achieving your big deadline at the end. As humans, we always perform better when we know someone is watching us. And so for that reason, maybe I suggest writing it on your blog, maybe writing it down in your journal. You don't have to share it with anyone, but just writing it down actually can help solidify the goal and be like, okay, this is on paper now, I actually have to do it. If you're one of those people who's like, I'll just hide the paper and then it will go away, maybe tell some friends, tell your family members. And I'm sure your friends and family would love to help you achieve your goal, and they'll probably ask you about your progress and ask how it's going. And that in itself can be helpful because it kind of reinforces the accountability of being like, I set out to do my action plan, you know, every so many days or every day. And maybe on Saturday when you go home to visit your family, your mom's gonna ask you, how's the book reading going? And if you didn't read your books, maybe it's time to reevaluate why you didn't read them and some possible solutions. So those are basically the 4 most important aspects to goal setting in my opinion. Those are the 4 things that I use whenever I'm trying to create goals. So now I'm gonna talk about some of my own personal goals that I have for my summer. I am a student still. I'll be graduating next year. Now this summer I don't have a ton of time because I do have an internship and I'm working full-time 5 days a week. And so there's a little bit less flexibility than say someone in high school where you aren't required to do anything over the summer, but I'm still trying to make it work. And so my first goal is to learn how to read and write Gujarati, which is my mother tongue. I wanted to be literate in Gujarati for such a long time, but I've never, you know, gotten into it. I've never had the time to actually do it. So this summer I was like, you know what? No, I'm actually gonna do this. I'm going to learn how to read and write my mother tongue because this is something really important to me. And so what I've been doing is I have a Gujarati textbook, and then I also have a notebook, and I've just been working through the textbook, writing down my alphabet, practicing my alphabet, all the vowels. And what I'll do is every week I'll FaceTime my grandparents. So that's the 4th step, the accountability step. I'll FaceTime them and ask them questions about the alphabet or how to pronounce things or how to write things and all that good stuff. And even just having my family support, just knowing that they sincerely are encouraging me to learn how to read and write my mother tongue, that really means a lot to me because it feels like I'm supported in my goal. And so basically the way that I'm gonna be able to tell if I have become literate in Gujarati is by the end of August, I'm hoping that I can be presented with a Gujarati text and I can read it perfectly. The second goal that I have is maintaining my French. I know all these are like language learning goals right now, but it's just what I'm into right now. So my second goal is maintaining my French. I don't want to learn new things only because my French professor is kind of particular about how we learn, and so she doesn't like it when we use new grammar or new vocabulary that we haven't learned in class. And so to kind of not deal with any of that, I'm not actively seeking out to learn new stuff in French. I just want to maintain what I know. By doing that, I've basically been going through my French notes throughout the semester because they've all been online, and I've been actually writing them down into a French journal, and so that's a good way of reinforcing that. And so after I finished doing that for the entire semester, I started using Memrise, which is a great language learning app. I've started at the very beginning, which is kind of where I started last semester, where I was just kind of like, bonjour, ça va? And so I've been working my way up in Memrise, and I'm still just reviewing stuff that I learned during class. And I've been trying to do Memrise every single day, and what's great about a lot of these language learning apps is that they have like streaks where if you do like so many days in a row, you create a streak. And then it becomes kind of a thing where it's like, I don't want to break my streak, I want to have a perfect streak all week. And then my final goal is that I just want to improve my physical fitness. So I have been going to the gym almost every day, and I've been running a lot. And so with this goal, improving physical fitness wasn't really a good goal. So instead, I told myself that the goal is to go to the gym at least 4 days a week. That was the goal that I set, and so far I've been very successful in my goal. Every single week I have gone at least 4 days out of the week. And the way that I can check that at the end of the summer is in my planner. Whenever I go to the gym, I'll write down what I did at the gym. And so at the end of the summer, I can flip through my planner and be like, oh yeah, I actually did go to the gym, you know? So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you found it informative and helpful about goal setting. Let me know what some of your summer goals are. I sincerely believe that like if you are in high school or even in your early years of college before you're required to start doing internships over the summer, please take advantage of your summer vacations because they are just wonderful breaks where you don't have to do any school and you just have so much time to improve yourself and work on your goals. And I think that's something really valuable that you don't realize until after you have to start working full time. Then you're like, oh my God, what was I doing all those days? Let me know what your summer goals are. I'm so nosy about goals. I love to hear what people are trying to accomplish because I really want to support them. But until my next video, I hope you have a beautiful week and I will see you in my next video. Bye.